Welcome back. This is Troy Bolke with Credit Talk. I'm here with Don Gritten of Opulent Business, and I'm here with New Business Funders. www.newbusinessfunders. If you're looking for capital, we can help you. Donnie, welcome back. We are talking about Pro-Formas because as we raise capital, this is what this show is about. It's about education of credit, credit repair, credit restoration, getting capital, getting funded, being street smart, understanding what investors want. And you're a guy who puts out a lot of Pro-Formas. I mean, numbers is your life, right?
That's it. So, yeah, just for those that don't know what a Pro-Forma is, it's basically a profit and loss statement and a balance sheet that is future projecting. Mm-hmm. And that's at its lay terms. So it's what your project could do given you had investor money or taking, whichever steps that you have lined up in front of you in your plan or with your advisors. And this is where you're going to be. Now, one of the big things that I always run into in a Pro-Forma is people are like, well, if I actually put the numbers down that I could make, nobody believed them. They're so astronomical. They're so unbelievably high.
Yep.
And it's cute. The reason why is because if you use conservative numbers, you have to understand that an investor is going to look at it from a risk standpoint, and they're going to cut it in half and possibly in half again. Mm-hmm. To see, well, if there was a nuclear explosion inside of your business, how well could you sustain?
Right.
So if you're using conservative numbers and they cut it in half, they cut that in half, and then they cut that half in half again.
Yep.
You may not have the numbers to sustain. There are very few businesses that I've worked with, and primarily a few of them were in oil and gas before the bust. And then a couple of them were technology companies that after they were cut into eighths and quarters and eighths that they could actually sustain. Vast majority of the companies out there just can't do that. Mm-hmm. Oil and gas prices as they sit right now, impossible. It's just not going to happen. If they cut your conservative numbers, into a quarter, it's not going to work. Right. So what you want to do is use those numbers, those numbers that you believe are too good to be true, but you can mathematically prove them. X amount of sales equals exactly. If you work your numbers backwards, I had a phone call yesterday with a young lady out of Nevada. I'm trying to remember what city it was. What's the one right outside of? Anyways, it's
Henderson.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
Doggone it. Thanks.
My dad's from. So.
Nice. That how you knew that? Anyway, so yeah, I was working with her on the phone, and she says, well, I'm not driven by money. And I said, well, I don't care if you are. Your investor is.
Right.
I said, so let's change your mentality. I said, you work it out. How many lives do you want to affect? How many units do you have? Mm-hmm. That equates to a dollar amount. Yeah. And now you have your dollar amount. Mm-hmm. And now you have something to present to your investor. Mm-hmm. Look, it's your dream is to the stars. So why not position it there? Mm-hmm. There isn't an entrepreneur on this planet that I've talked to that says, oh, well, I just want to make a couple of bucks and, hope my family makes it, hope my kids get through college,
I would say go get a job as quickly as possible and don't talk to me, because if you just want to make a couple bucks, why go through all the hell that us entrepreneurs go through?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then why would you put yourself through that? I can't imagine anything more painful and disturbing of a concept. It's like, I want to make a few bucks, but let me go through hell first.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I was asked today, he says, how much time do you think you invested in your business? I said, well, I've worked a half day since I was 19 years old. And he goes, 4 hours a day? I said, no, half a day. There's 24 hours in a day. I work 12 hours a day. Come on, guy.
Yeah, I love that.